It is early morning and the sun is just rising over the rooftops of this historic city. Welcome to the first episode of Slow English, a series where a tourist and a guide explore famous places around the world. Our tourist is visiting the Historic Diriyah in Saudi Arabia. She's exploring a UNESCO World Heritage Site called At-Turayef District, which was built in 1446 AD. It's considered the birthplace of Saudi Arabia. When she first arrived, she met up with her tour guide. Let's listen in on their conversation now. Okay, so it looks like you're the only tourist here right now? That's right. I got here really early because I didn't want to miss seeing the sunrise over the city. Well, that's very smart because you know it's gonna get really hot later today. I'm glad I could join you. So, what is there to see here? Well, lots. This entire district is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's one of the oldest inhabited places in Saudi Arabia, and it is also the place where the Saudi state was established in 1902. The Saudi royal family has deep roots here in Diriyah, so this city has a lot of historical importance. Amazing. Just look at these beautiful mud brick buildings. They have such character. How old do you think they are? Well, these are pretty old. They were built between 1745 and 1850. I can't imagine what it was like to live here back then. It was quite different, I'm sure. But if you walk down these ancient streets, you can get a glimpse of what daily life was like here a long time ago. We're going to visit some of the most important heritage landmarks in Diriyah. I'll tell you all about them, and we can even take a walk through the traditional souk or market. That sounds amazing. And afterwards, maybe we can go see the Falai irrigation system. What is that? Oh, you know, when I mentioned daily life here a long time ago, I should have mentioned that water was precious in this area. So, the Falai is an ancient irrigation system that brings water from the mountains to the city. Without it, people couldn't live here. Wow! So it must have been quite the engineering feat to build all those years ago. Exactly. And something else you might be wondering about. Is this wadi? Right over there. You see that green line cutting across the landscape? What is that? That's called Wadi Hani. It's the main wadi or valley in this area. Back in the day, people farmed along its banks. In fact, some historians believe Diriyah was established along this wadi because of its fertile land. Speaking of farming, I'm really thirsty. Do you think there's anywhere around here we can get some fresh pomegranate juice? Oh, sure. There's a small cafe just down the street. They make a mean pomegranate juice. Let's go check it out. Hello. Excuse me. Do you speak English a little bit? Okay. Can I help you? Yes. Do you have any pomegranate juice? Sure. One saffron. Excellent. Thank you. So while we wait for our pomegranate juice, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? I'm from somewhere far away. How about you? I'm from somewhere far away. That's quite a coincidence. It's always nice to meet someone from another country. We can practice our English together. Oh, here's our pomegranate juice. Thanks again. So much. Now let's continue our tour. Now that she had some water in her, the tourist felt refreshed and ready to learn more. As they walked through the historic streets, she asked her guide a few more questions. These buildings all look similar. Is there a particular reason for that? Well, when Diriyah was founded, mud brick was the most readily available building material, so most of the houses and buildings were made of it. Even today, many families live in mud brick houses. I bet it gets very hot inside during the summer. Though, right, well, yes, but the mud bricks have a way of keeping the heat out. I mean, it's a desert, so you kind of need a house like that. This tower looks very interesting. What's it called? This is the watchtower. See, back then, there weren't any fancy security systems, so they had to rely on guards to keep watch over the city walls. If anyone tried to sneak into the city or escape, the guard would sound an alarm and everyone would know to take cover. How did they sound the alarm? Well, believe it or not, they used a horn like this one. Wow, that's incredible. Just imagine hearing that loud echoing across the desert. And finally, as the sun climbed higher in the sky, the tourist and the guide said goodbye. Thank you so much for showing me around today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Anytime, my friend. And remember, if you ever come back to Saudi Arabia, you know where to find me. All right. See you next time.